Hi everyone, welcome to the Virtuous Lady. On this channel, my goal is to motivate, to inspire, and to encourage you to live your best life to the fullest. I am so excited. For those that are returning, my name is Loletta. For those that are coming for the first time, I should say, I like to say welcome. And for those that are returning, I like to say thank you. On this particular series, this series is It's a Wonderful Life, Christmas Series 2020. And we all know the George Bailey movie, and that was one of the icons and one of my favorites. Still in black and white. I think they modified it. So when I think about that, I just think about the rustic, the red truck. So not that the whole house is going to be rustic, but I'm going to be showing you some aspects of it and letting you know that you could, it is a wonderful life in spite of the pandemic, in spite of everything going on. That we can have the best life that we can. Okay? And our goal is to help you to live your best life to the fullest. I think of this globe. Back in the day, it just reminds me, this is one of my favorite globes. But without further ado, we're going to get started. I ask that those that are returning, feel free to like. Those that are new to the channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. We're going to be uploading more than one video a week. For the most part, there may be some weeks it'll just be one. But if you hit the notification bell as well, you will be notified of every video that's uploaded. I trust that something on here will motivate you and encourage you. You don't have to spend a lot of money to have upscale, high-end designs or decor in your home. So I'm going to be doing 3 DIYs today. I'm going to walk you through them. Very simple, very easy. But looking at them, you wouldn't be able to tell that they're as inexpensive as they are. So without further ado, we are going to get started. Okay, one of the things we're going to get started with, I have purchased 2 of the placemats in my Dollar Tree haul, and I'm going to leave the link to that below, any of the things that I picked up. So these are placemats, but we are not going to use them in the traditional way as placemats. First of all, I just removed the tags. These are made very well. They're woven, and that's what I like about it. Made very, very well. And it's like Dollar Tree, everything is not even. So one is just a slight bit bigger than the other, as you can see. But what we're going to do is make pillows out of them. I've seen some YouTubers basically hot glue, and that's an option that you can use. You can hot glue these. But I choose to just put a fabric backing on it. And I'm going to use black. This is just a black fabric. I picked this up at Walmart. And I'm just going to cut 2. Because I'm making 2 pillows. I'm simply going to cut 2. I'm going to leave about a 1/2 inch on the sides. And what I chose to do, I found some extra fabric that I had left over when I made pillows for my husband's study. It's a little bit thicker, and because I have it already, and I like the texture of it, so it'll match the pillow that he has. But the other black that I got, I believe it was, you can get it for $1.47 at Walmart. That would work just as well. I'm going to turn it on the opposite side. And basically, I'm just going to pin it. Like I said, you can, I've seen people use hot glue. And I'm pretty sure that would hold it. But if you ever have to wash it, I like to kind of make it a little bit more durable. You're going to do both ends. You're going to do all 3 ends, and just actually 4 ends, but just leave a portion open so you can stuff the pillow. Okay, I have everything pinned all the way around. And you want to leave about a 4-inch gap at the bottom. I like to really do my final stitching at the bottom. So this is the pillow, leave a little here, and this is going to be for the filling. Okay, I have my sewing machine. I am going to start from the bottom where the opening is. I have my pins, so I can put them in there. I do not sew over my pins. If you do not have a sewing machine, these can be hand sewn, or either you can use hot glue. And when you get to the closing, you just want to back stitch, just for a little bit more reinforcement. I'm going to go ahead and do the same to the other one. I'm finishing up on the second one. It's always good to follow the instructions, so I did cut it off the inside of it. This is spot clean only, and I'm going to attach it to the inside so it'll show up on the outside. So that way, if I forget, this will help me remember that this is spot clean only. This is not meant to go in the washer. And what I'm going to do is go ahead and just cut off all this extra fabric. That will eliminate a lot of bulk. It's a lot of little tips. It'll give your pillow more of a high-end look too. I'm not going to bother clipping the ends. And I'm not doing that only because this is woven and I don't want it to really ravel a lot. I'm going to turn this inside out. Okay, get something sharp too. Kind of poke your corners. That'll give you a sharp corner. This is where we are so far. Remember the tag we put on? So now you know how to clean it. Okay, I'm going to start stuffing it. I like my pillows full. I don't really like flat pillows. I like them like you would buy them in the store. And what I did purchase is a polyester. This is a polyester filling. It says it's good for making dolls and everything. I like to get the better quality if I'm going to use a pillow as a permanent thing, but if I'm just going to use a temporary. And I opt out to doing pillow covers. I started to, but the reason why I didn't is because this is an odd shaped pillow on a placemat, so it's not a standard size for a pillow. I'm trying to find a pillow that will fit this would be kind of odd. Okay, I got this pretty much filled the way I like it. And I am going to go ahead and just pin these ends together, the spot that you left open at the bottom. What I'm doing is turning this side in. This already has a seam edge. And I'm going to take my thread, put the first knot, slip it in so the knot goes. I always double my thread. And this here knot, let me see if you can see it. This here knot that you tied at the bottom, that goes in the inside. So that way it won't give room for it to pull or anything. And you just go in and out real small. You're just going to knot it. I choose to knot it on the back side because it's black. This is black thread. And it makes it a lot more invisible. This is the way this turned out. This is pretty much seamless. That's why we put it at the back, at the bottom. And this is the fabric. It has more of a leather texture. Actually, this fabric I did pick up at the Rhinestones. So you'd be surprised what you can pick up. And this is the plumpness of the pillow. So this particular pillow cost me $1 for the front. The polyfill, it runs about $7.99. But if you go to places like like Joann Fabrics. You can get it there with a 40% coupon most of the time. And so if you split that up between 2 pillows, actually not even that, and I still have 2/3 of a bag left. So doing the math, this pillow probably cost me about $2.50. Not bad, huh? For a high-end looking pillow. Okay, both pillows have been finished. And just to take this a little over the top, since it can't go in the washing machine, I had some of these, the rhinestone sheets. They're self-sticking, but as we know, they don't always stay stuck. So I'm going to use a little bit of hot glue. I got my glue gun here together. And what I'm going to do, where the Christmas tree is going crisscross, I'm going to just put a little dab of glue and stick one of these rhinestones in it. And these is where I put them at. Right here, right here. So it adds a little bit of bling. And I'm just doing it on the 2 trees that are decorated. The rest of them, I'm just going to put like a star topper on it. I'm going to do like a star shape. Put one at the bottom. One on the side. Just using 4. One on the other side. And one on the top. That'll give it like a star type look. Okay, here are the 2 pillows all blinged out. I shouldn't say bling, but it just adds a touch of sparkle. But it's still, I would call it on the rustic side. I did the other one just a little bit different. So please let me know in the comment section below if you would have added the top or if you liked it better just with the yellow. And they also had these pillows in a poinsettia. They had the Santa, but because we're doing the red truck thing, this is what I opt to do. We're going to be removing the tags. And I'm also going to removing this Merry Christmas tag. I'm going to use it, but not the way it is. I'm going to be using also this red tray that I got from the Dollar Tree as well. It's a charger plate. I didn't know that. And what we're going to do is just hot glue this into place near the bottom. Press down firmly for a few minutes. And that's what you have there. This is a very simple DIY. I did pick up these pine cones. I got these from Dollar General for $1. Actually, they are ornaments. And they have different sizes. Some are bigger, some are larger. I'm going to opt out for the smaller ones. I'm going to use 2 of these. And I have some jute twine. I'm going to cut a piece of the jute twine. Actually, I could have cut a smaller piece. I'm going to do these at different angles. So one is going to be longer than the other. They already come with a little string on it to hang on a Christmas tree. Going to tie this like this just so it'll still hang, but it'll hang at different levels. That's the look that I'm looking for. Cut off the rough pieces. And I'm going to get a piece of twine and I'm going to wrap it around my fingers. Make it a bow. Maybe about 15 times. Let me see what the odd pieces I have. And I want to take this and wrap this around the center. Tie it in a knot. And another knot just to secure it. Clip off the loose ends. And this is what we have here. Okay, I'm going to take the Merry Christmas sign that I took off of the tree. I'm going to put it diagonally. The ribbon that we made, I am going to hot glue this right at the top. I'm going to put a tab of glue. I don't know if you can see it, but where the holes were on these two ends, I'm just going to put a tab of glue on it and put the twine over it. And this thing will be the pine cones. I'm just going to add a tab of glue just where I put those two together to make sure that they don't slide. It's really sticking to my hand today. Tab of hot glue. Actually, I'm going to trim this little sign, the little tag off here. String. The glue here. And kind of put it right up under the Christmas tree. Side. And hold it. You'll have this. This is a pick that I took, that I've had, took off from another piece of work that I had left over. But you can pretty much find picks at the Dollar Tree or any craft store. This is just a small one. And at the bottom, to make it look more, a little bit more realistic, I did have, this is buffalo snow. I guess you can use cotton balls as well. I got this from a store for $1. It was a full bag, just opening it. And I'm just going to pull just a little piece apart here and kind of lay it the way I want it to look like snow across the bottom. So I'm just going to add a little hot glue here. My famous chalk paint. This is linen white. I've had this in about 1.5 years, and I'm still using off of it. I'm going to just get a little bit on my brush. I want to kind of dry brush everything. Now I made it the long white purposely because I did want it to sit like on a mantle, which you can also turn it the other way. Let me know which way that you would use it for. And to tie this in with the other, I'm going to use a little bit more of the diamond pieces to make it look like snow. Remember, these are self-sticking, but most of the time they don't stay. So I'm just going to put dabs of hot glue in spots. Now I've got some strings to clear up. I'm going to show you what it looks like when it's sitting in place. Okay, this is the finished look. I did go and dry brush around the edge with a little white paint. And what I also opt to do, I did take out those 3 little hard berries and I just put these in. Took the tree out and wrapped it around them. I think that looks a lot better. And this is the finished product. I think it came out absolutely beautiful. It's great on a mantle. You can put hooks on it if you want it to hang on the wall, or just hot gluing some string on back, some jute twine, and it can hang on the wall. But I think it came out absolutely beautiful, and it looks good, very good. This actually cost me less than $3 to make. and it has a very high-end look. Okay, DIY number 3. I picked this up during my Christmas haul. This was a lot harder for me to take off. I had to end up using a screwdriver, but I got it off. I left it kind of raggedy here, but it really doesn't matter. What I'm going to do is use my buffalo check. This is left over from my first DIY that I picked up from Walmart for $1.47. And I just want to kind of make this straight. I am going to trace it. When I get to the top, I'm just going to take it across because I will not be covering this here. Take my scissors. It's easier for me. It's a lot easier to see because I'm using buffalo check, the small check. Is to draw it on the wrong side of the fabric. And it doesn't have to be perfect. We're going to cover the ends. Okay. What I'm going to do, I'm going to use this side because I like the back side to look as good as the front. And I do have some Mod Podge that I got from the Dollar Tree. A generous amount on there. And just cover it up completely. Excluding the bell, well then the handle. And I'm going to try to lay this straight. I do like my pattern to be straight. Actually, it's crooked. And now I'm going to apply the Mod Podge to the top. Even though it is cloth, this will kind of seal it in somewhat. The only thing about this, you do have to wait for it to dry. While the top is drying, I'm going to just take the top, and because this is a little too shiny, I'm just putting a little bit of chalk paint. Chalk paint helps it to pretty much adheres to anything. And usually when you have a shiny surface, a lot of times things won't adhere. At least the acrylic won't. And I'm going to let this dry a little bit, and I'm going to go ahead and antique it just a little bit. I have this thankful sign. A lot of people really don't use thankful around Christmas, but I use it because I just think about the birth of Christ and how thankful and blessed we are. Just to be able to celebrate a day that's set aside. It's not his birthday, but a day that has been set aside to celebrate his birthday and to give him the thanks that's due him. So just to kind of tie these in so they can kind of both match and give it a little rustic look to it. This is the linen chalk paint that I'm using as well. Okay, I did go over it. I put one coat on. I'm going to dust another coat on it. This is the Craft Smart paint. This is gray. I'm just dusting a little bit on both the thank you and the hook. That way they can tie in together. And looking at that, this looks a little light. I do want it to pop out. So I'm also using the Craft Smart. This is in the black. Now I'm just going to lightly dab it to give it like a antique-ish type look. And the same with the top. Because it's going on so sparse, It won't take but a minute to dry. And I'm basically dabbing it instead of brushing it because I do want it to have like an antique, aging type look. Okay. This is what this looks like. This is kind of like the look I'm going for. Looks a little aged. And the thankful as well. I am going to plug up my hot glue gun. Get started putting this together. Okay. I guess in the meantime I can make the ball. Give it a few more minutes to dry. This is just a Dollar Tree bow. And I did find some of this in my stash. It's a buffalo check with the snowflakes on it that I had on my tree last year. They're both white ribbon. And basically I'm just going to take it and I want to tag, so I'm going to do these together. I have a little tail. Take it, but I twist it, turn it, twist it, turn it, twisting it in the middle, twist it, turn it. I want to get 2 loops on each side. This is what I mean by loops. I want to twist it in the center and turn it. Now I have 2 loops here, 2 loops here. I do want a little tail, so I'm going to kind of cut it right about here. Now last I went, they still had this burlap lace ribbon at the Dollar Tree. Normally I use, I don't have it with me and I'm moving fast. Normally I would use the Chanel stems. But right now, for the sake of time, and I got twine on the table, I'm just tying it in a knot, in another knot, close to the back, clipping off the excess, and I'm going to fluff up my bow a little bit. As I fluff it up, I'm going to separate it so both sides can show. That gives it a little variation, and the same with this one, with this side. And fluffing it up means you just, you know, some pieces you have to turn so every piece is not going in the same direction. My ends I'm going to dovetail. Fold in half, hold the ends up, and cut up. Same with this one. Now that will give the bow for this. I also have a topper, I'm still waiting for it to dry, that I'm going to put, I'm going to pull it apart. This is, I think, a little bit too much for it. And I'm going to use this, I believe. I like the berries. And I'm going to use a little of the greenery. I may just use 2 pieces of it. Give it a full look. Okay. Hot glue should be ready. The first thing I'm going to do is glue the top back on to the piece. The edge I am going to use, this is the nautical twine, nautical rope. I got the dark color. This was in my haul too, my Christmas haul. I'm going to take this and just hot glue this around the edge Remember I said we wasn't too much worried about the short pieces? This ravels very easily. See, the end is has tape on it, and that keeps it from raveling. So what I'm going to do is just put a little hot glue, a little bit at a time, and I'm going to lay this right on the edge and hold it. That will give it more of a finished look. Almost done. Just a little more. Okay, this is where we are so far. As you see, there is pieces that's hanging around here. This is the Dollar Tree jute, nautical rope. So because of that, it's not really the top quality. But what we're gonna do is kind of burn that off. Don't want to put it too close to the Mod Podge. As you see it, it is burning all those extra strings off. And give it basically a neat looking finish. At this point, we're going to take our bow and get our bow into place. And the bow covers up a lot. So I am going to just put quite a bit of hot glue right in the middle. And I want this right on the side, right in the middle of the bow, as I'm trying to say. And just push it down. Okay, once that's down, these are the picks that I cut off from that big piece. Just kind of lay it to see where I want it to go. I think that's good. Cut this little piece off. What I do is bend them, and that way I can kind of lay down a little flatter. I'm going to take my thankful sign. This is where we are here. And it really did burn. Be careful, guys, when you're using a hot glue. I'm just going to dab little places because by the time I try to put it on every place, this hot glue dries quick. Okay, to finish this up, on the back, I'm just going to put a tab there just in case I choose to hang it on the wall. And here we are. I'm going to show you what it looks like. This is what it looks like displayed. Absolutely beautiful. This particular one cost me less than $3 to make. Hi everyone, I want to thank you for joining me as we put together these 3 awesome DIYs. These high-end looking pieces that I was able to put together, show you how to do it for under $10. So it didn't break the budget. They're not hard at all. They're very simple DIYs that you can do to decorate your own home. My goal here is just to inspire and encourage you and to show you things that I've learned, things that I'm doing, so that you can do the same. You can save money and not end up with a big credit card debt come January, you know, after the Christmas holidays. Since the pandemic and a lot of us are still at home for the most part, you'll be able to just enjoy your home and save those extra dollars. So at this time, I'm asking those that are new to the channel, please consider subscribing. We will be uploading videos more usually than once a week. And if you hit the notification bell, you will be notified every time a new video is uploaded. I want you to please feel free to leave a comment. I will be excited to hear what you have to say. If it's any way that you would change whatever the buffalo check or whatever that we put out to match your decor, if you would leave it the same. If there's any changes that you would make in any of the 3 DIYs, please let me know. And at this time, I'm saying bye for now. And stay blessed, stay safe. And happy holidays to everybody. Merry Christmas. Happy crafting. Enjoy this time as we preparing this time to celebrate the birth of Christ. God bless everyone.